What are you going to do now that you're the Pope?
If I were selected a Pope, there's only one thing that comes to mind.
So, Virus.
Let's go! Yeah!
The Inquisition. Let's begin the Inquisition. Look out, Sid. We have a mission to convert the Jews. We're gonna teach them wrong from right. We're gonna help them see the light and make an offer that they can't refuse. That the Jews just can't refuse.
Late 2000s,
It's like,
yeah.
and I remember reading that. I'm like, that's really cool. And they're like, this is the future of climate change. I'm like, no.
The cartoonish.
Bienvenidos, bienvenue, and willkommen to Toon Talk 2.0.
Welcome, everyone. My name is Virus Fox with my co-host, Jake, the Archbishop.
I'm not a bishop.
Bugger. Yes, you are. The only thing I need to say right now is the Inquisition. What a show. The Inquisition. What a funny movie, man. What a great movie.
It really is. It really is.
It's perfect for what we're talking today, because we're going to go deep into what we've been saying for probably 2 years now. And I know it's hard, but no, we're not going to. I mean, the reality is that everything we saw on the screen is going to happen, or is a marketing research for something they're planning to happen. And I'm going to go direct to the point if you allow me, but first remember to share and subscribe. And please share and subscribe, because we always say it at the end, and I don't think it's fair.
Yeah, we need to say it. Actually, no, there's science behind that. You're supposed to say it at the beginning because most people click off within the first 15 seconds. So,
Really?
yeah. Now, we're a little bit different. We're long form, but for a standard YouTube video, I guess that's the case. But before I allow you to continue, because apparently I am the Archbishop, which is actually below a bishop. I learned that the other day.
So you're a bishop then. You're a bishop. You're a bishop.
Depending on what you're the bishop. Anyway, I want to let everybody know that this podcast is brought to you. Our podcast tonight is brought to you by our friends at Pure Family Nutrition. Visit the website in the description and learn how you can save 25% off your first order. And we will hear a little bit from our other friend, part of your Broadway World podcast, who has a very, very cool announcement for tomorrow. So you got to stick around to find out what that surprise is, or you can be a real lazy person and Google it. But
Or
you're
if you
watching
go
us right now.
and click in the little bell here, you get notifications. And you don't need to be a subscriber. You don't need to subscribe or pay YouTube. The other day, somebody told me, hey, but I'm not paying for YouTube. I said, doesn't matter. You can subscribe. And
Yeah,
it's
you
good
don't have to pay.
ask the people. Yeah, but we need to to inform the people. I want to apologize to the audience and explain what I'm laying down. The reality is I'm suffering something that is called big Ebola sickness. I'm going to translate in English like big balls. I'm just lazy, so I decided to do the podcast laying down tonight.
I believe the Mexicans refer to that as pereza.
Pereza. Yeah, actually it is pereza. Oh, I just walked my dog Yossi, and I decided, you know what? I was just watching something when I was watching the last episode of The Last of Us. Really good. If you're a fan of the game, you're gonna love this episode. And I was watching it, and then I'm like, oh, it's 5. I don't have to go to my office. Even my office is underwater today.
I did see that, and yeah, anyone watching this has zero context, but yes, it's technically it's above water, so your office is like Jesus.
Yeah. Let me be clear. Not because I'm Latino is Jesus. That doesn't mean that we're low in the moon. That's not Jesus. Jesus. As you know, I'm really connected with the theater producers, and it was a theater play that the whole set was water, and they make this acrylic fantastic for the water. And I asked for it, and now it's the floor of my office, so I'm actually over water. So
That's got to be kind of, if it's, I mean, I can't tell in the picture, but if it's a pretty high resolution, which I would imagine it is, that can be kind of trippy in low light, I would imagine.
yeah, yeah, good that I'm not using drugs anymore because I will be jumping and swimming. But yeah, anyway, Aussie is blind now, so he's not gonna have a problem with that.
No,
Anyway, going back to the point, let's do this. First, I want to celebrate your T-shirt.
it is.
Nice. Did you have the chance to watch the Conclave?
There's like 10 minutes left, and I got to be honest, I'm not a fan. It's not a good movie.
Oh, why not? Please.
It's dull. Oh, okay. So here's the thing. It's really fucking boring, and it assumes that you know at least a little bit about how Catholicism works, how the conclave works, what laws are there. Like, okay, for example, if you know nothing about Catholicism, you will be completely lost in this movie. You won't have it will make zero sense to you whatsoever. And I'm going to point you, for those of you who haven't seen Conclave yet. I mean, watch it if you want to. You're going to be disappointed. So have Angels and Demons queued up. It's a much better movie, and they do a Conclave too, but without all the boring shit. And that's going to sound really weird coming from me because I like boring shit, but you have to explain the boring shit, and they don't really explain the boring shit. Stanley Tucci, however, is a delight as always, but that's about it.
So you like Stanley Tucci? That's what you say?
Stanley Tucci.
Okay, the Tucci of Stanley. You like
No,
his Tucci?
no, the Stanley of Tucci, not the Tucci of Stanley.
All right. So just for the record, everyone, if I disappear, look at that beauty in the back. I have the same haircut. I forgot my bandana. That's a new animation for the podcast month, right? Our first animated. But anyway, first of all, I don't agree with you. I think the Conclave is a good movie. I understand what you say, right? What you're saying, right? But it's not boring. I think it's just really into what is happening, and I think the director wanted you to feel the paste inside, the Vatican, that thing.
The thing of it is though, and basically what the movie is saying without saying it is that Catholicism sucks, which I mean, fine, but you you have you have people. Oh, okay. So the Catholic Church, and one would certainly assume that cardinals would have this view of the church, is that these are not human decisions. Yet, even from the beginning of the movie, all of it is about like it feels more like a political movie. And there's some degree of politicking that happens in a conclave, I'm sure. But like they're talking about how okay, here's what irks me about it. So the church is, according to, I would assume from the Catholic perspective, at least certainly from the Pope, that they are simply
The best, better than all the rest.
they
Sorry.
would say that all of these things are ordained by God, presumably. Yet they're talking about things as though like for example, they talk about how there's liberals and conservatives within the cardinals, and
Yeah.
this all goes into Second Vatican, and there's a
Well,
history
the thing
lesson
is
there
a
that I'm not going
politic
to go.
movie, man.
I
It's a movie
know,
about
but
politics.
I understand that, but it seems like the point of this movie is to try to make a thriller out of pointing out how much Catholics suck. Which I mean,
First of
fair,
all, this
fine.
is a personal opinion
No,
of
this is
Jake.
what I think the movie is saying.
Yeah, but this is a personal opinion of Jake because I'm not agree with any of what you just said.
No, but here's the thing. I would imagine that if you are a devout Catholic and actually know about your faith, or not your faith, your institution, your church, you would not take this movie.
1, 2, 3. The Inquisition. What a show, the Inquisition. Sorry. Well, the thing is, the process is not as open as before. You know about it, but now it's more open. Even we don't know what's going on inside. If you go back 3 or 4 popes, it was just people in a room, the newscaster saying whatever as
It
well, like,
still
oh, we
is.
got, and that's it. Yeah, but now everybody knows what's going on and more when they give us a movie, exactly what's going to happen, how the black guy was going to win, and suddenly didn't.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. If you want to watch a movie that has a conclave in it, I would recommend Angels and Demons more. Because even
Yeah,
that's got, politics and subterfuge and espionage and the suspense and the
but you are
mystery and
losing my point. That's why I invite this fantastic intro that we created with. Uh, I'm still working in the Imagineers animated. You know, I I see. I don't know. I'm still working on the name. If you have any idea, the point is, yeah, okay. I'm gonna give that to you. That movie that you mentioned probably is better
it's
as a
way better.
movie. Probably is better as a movie, but my point is not that. This movie is boring because they were doing a test research of everything I needed to do. They needed to do to have the reality. Because again, everything that we are watching on the movies is a marketing test to see the reaction of the audience.
Right, right, I understand that, but I
And
guess
life is boring.
it's not just that the movie is boring. So this happens a lot. Okay. This is my complaint about The Nun. I'm not saying Conclave, but there a
The
lot of
nun? You
time.
mean like, oh, the
Yeah,
nun?
yeah.
Okay.
So there's a
Oh, you
lot
were
of
talking serious. I thought you were
yeah,
joking.
no,
Okay,
it's
please
my
go.
criticism of The Nun. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of times they make movies that have to do with Catholics or Catholic dogma and that kind of stuff, and they don't. They have no idea. No idea. They have no idea of what church law is, how it even works, the hierarchy, the history, none of it. My chief
They're
complaint
talking
with
about hard topics, so I'm getting nervous. You go ahead.
well, no, like my chief complaint about the nun is they obviously know nothing about Catholicism or Christianity for that matter, because when the nun in training literally spits the blood of Jesus Christ into the demon's face, it doesn't kill it instantly. Like, and first of all, like that's just fucking stupid on its face. If in your universe you are assuming that Christianity is real and this demon is canonically something that could be loosely interpreted as a demon in Christian doctrine.
Just for the record, let me clarify something for the audience, and maybe a lot of people that they're listening will agree with me. You know that I never seen any movies of the nun.
I don't blame you. They're horrible.
You know
They're
how
not
many I
good.
watched? None. You got it. None. Don't take me wrong. That universe I really like with the couple. What is the name of the
The Conjuring.
the Conjuring? I love every movie from the Conjuring. I like, to be honest. But I never liked the other ones. Like, what is the little doll?
Annabelle. Even though
Annabelle.
it's the same universe. But
Yeah, that's
I
what
know
I'm
what you
saying.
mean.
I like the universe,
Did you
but
watch
I
Annabelle Comes Home?
no.
You should. It's actually really I'm shocked that I liked that movie because generally speaking I dislike that whole series. But I really liked Annabelle Comes Home because it felt first of all, it did feel more like a Conjuring movie. It's set in the modern present day. Um it's it kind of feels like one of those older horror movies where it can be legitimately scary because most of that movie taps into what makes horror work, and that's the fear of the unknown.
No.
And I think the thing I love the most about it is it's not just Annabelle, but it doesn't feel the need to explain everything. It's one of those things where if you
Annabelle. Dun, 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 rocking like a hurricane.
yeah,
I know it's
it's one of those things where if you've seen some of the other movies you might recognize some things, but if you haven't, you can watch that movie cold and not be lost because they explain everything in the film that if you need to know about it, then you'll know about it.
however, my
No, there's
point
no
is
however. Oh, sorry, you have a
however,
however.
my point is that the conclave is boring because we're watching the reality of the world.
I mean, to be
I don't
fair,
know if I'm right.
I imagine a conclave is exceptionally boring.
Totally. Imagine a bunch of pedophiles being together
Hey,
without
hey,
being
hey,
able
hey,
to talk
hey,
about
hey,
their
hey, hey,
stories.
hey.
Oh,
Alleged
yeah.
pedophile.
Sorry, my English is really fucked up these
No.
days.
Well, and that's the other thing. So, like, very early in the spoiler alert for, I'm not going to say who, but very early in the movie, like, it's revealed that one of the cardinals had sex with a nun when he was younger. And it's, which I think this is a legitimate criticism of Catholicism. Like, the deacon is basically acting like you shouldn't be pope because of this. But other than that, everything's cool. Like, it's all good. Like, no worries, bro. And then other stuff comes out about other people, and it's just like there's like this weird sense of indignation if that person's the pope, but if they're not the pope, then it's like,
Well, because he's the leader of something, man.
a cardinal's
If
pretty
he was,
high up.
yeah, no, I know, but if he was like the government is like somebody selecting a rich billionaire with any political instructor or education.
Lex Luthor, I know.
Yeah, Lex Luthor. Yeah, never talking about Uncle Orange ever, ever, ever. Um. So yeah, well, the conclave is
Yeah, Tio Naranja.
what?
Tio Naranja.
Tio Naranja. Yeah. I don't know if we have people on the chat. If I gotta chat, I gotta tell what I'm looking so good. Do you think I look younger? I think I look younger today. That injections of the NAD are working. Anyway, so going back to my ego on the side. Sorry. So today, sponsored by Virus Ego. He thinks he's better than everyone. Sorry. www.myegosbig.com.
Well, you do walk on water every time you walk into your
Hey,
office.
bro. Yeah, but I'm Jose, not Jesus.
Jose,
Jesus.
Joshua, Jesus, they're all J names.
Uh, Jennifer Aniston. I don't know what is wrong with me today. So let me tell you. Let me share to the audience that last night I went to an unseen movie. You know that those unseen
Oh, you said
events that they show.
unseen. I thought for a split second I thought you said obscene, and I was like, really? They still have those?
Yeah, yeah. I go to theaters at 1 p.m.
Actually, funnily enough, there is one in southern Indiana. If you've ever been driving north on 65, you'll drive
Think
by it.
about the
There's a really big
aftermath
sign.
and consequences of you knowing that and making it
It's
public.
because you're driving on the road and you can't see, you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
miss it.
yeah, yeah. That's now I know what every time at one I can never find you. You're at
It's like right on the border of
lunch,
Indiana and Kentucky.
lunch,
That's a 2 hour drive
lunch. And you know exactly the distance. Can you stop?
because I
Do
know
you
how
want a
far
shovel?
Louisville is.
Do you want a shovel so you can keep digging your own hole
I'm not digging any hole. I can
like the woman
explain
in
my
the movie?
knowledge.
I conclave. I want to see the unseen movie.
It's called doubling
Bring
down
her,
virus.
bring her back. That was a horror movie that I watched.
Oh,
Pre-
did you watch that movie, The Woman in the Yard?
yeah.
How was that?
Let me say how I say this elegant. A piece of fucking shit.
Really? Okay, I kind of figured it would be. Because
Really bad.
much like my criticism with the nun, is like, oh, there's a demon in the church. Leave the
You know
church?
when you try to explain and drag racism to a
Oh,
altered
it's one of
universe
those.
when people and the movie's bad and it's slow and weird and then at the end they give you a big shock. It's like, dude, what is this? 1983?
So it's like us.
It's worst.
There's no possible way it's worse than us.
Yes, we're talking
It's
about
not
us, the
possible.
movie, not us, you and me.
Yes, us, the movie. The
Yeah, no.
yeah, the one where
Actually, that director make a third one with the spaceship in the top. That's even
yeah,
worse than
nope,
us.
nope. Well, okay, that's
Nope
true.
is worst.
I love telling the story because Eric, my co-host on Average Intelligence, he wanted to go see it, and I'm like, I'm have fun, buddy. If you want to talk about it, we can, but I'm not watching that piece of shit. And then like a week goes by, and he's getting tickets, right? And he's like, do you want to go see Nope? And I just responded, Nope.
Nope. You know what's funny? Um, I went to watch it to the premiere, and obviously the whole theater was African Americans and me. And I'm asking myself, why they call it Nope? And the first scene is scary. More than five
Oh, I
people like
get the
nope.
joke, and
And
that's
it's
why
like
I think
nope.
that's why I
Yeah.
think it's fun. So here's the thing about Jordan Peele, right? Um, I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but I don't give a shit. He's an okay writer. Like he's written some funny stuff. He should really stick to comedy. No, comedy stuff is okay. Like some sketches on Key and Peele are legitimately hilarious.
Ah, okay, I'm
When
with
it
you there.
when it comes to the other, and even in his comedy writing, though, I think a lot of it, and this sounds really bad coming from me, but again, I don't care. I think he uses racism as a crutch for
As a
humor.
tool.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine to use it as a tool because some of it's pretty funny. Like Dave Chappelle uses race masterfully in a lot of his work. To me, particularly with his movies, it feels like Jordan Peele uses it as a crutch because he's not that good of a writer.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean,
but
I don't have problem with comedy, but his other materials
that's what I'm
are.
talking about largely because I think Key and Peele is hilarious, but also how much of that is Keegan Michael Key?
Yeah. Did he wrote Keanu?
I think he did. I think he did. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure, but that's a horrible movie. I don't even know how it make it to the movie theater.
Wait, Keegan Michael Key or Jordan Peele?
Jordan Peele. Well, the whole movie.
Ooh, I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Well, my point is like, I don't know how he make it. I mean, he's probably going in one knee and helping a lot of people there because I don't know how he's so famous when it comes to
I
serious
don't
thing.
either. I don't either.
When it
Honest.
comes to serious thing,
Well, okay, so
funny things he got a
his
career and I
breakout.
respect that.
Well, but the thing is, his breakout movie, he made it. That was the kind of film that honestly, it came out at the perfect time for him because
That
everybody
was
in Hollywood.
Dust.
No, 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 no. It was Get Out,
Get Out.
and it was a movie.
Get Out is not bad, but
But
it's
you got to
nothing
admit,
new.
but the only thing that's new about it is it it basically says, "Oh, the racist white people are the villains," which is fine. If it was a better movie, you could maybe make a point. But it came out at a time when there was a tremendous amount of white guilt in Hollywood, and everybody was like, "Oh, this is groundbreaking." It's like it's really not, and it's also what year did that movie come out? Like 2018, 2019?
2019.
Yeah. It's like if the movie were set in the 60s, maybe. But it's like, come on, dude. No, it's come on. Like it's not even plausible. I mean, I
You
suppose
don't
it's
supposed to say
plausible.
like that. You need to say neighbor, please.
What did I say?
Nothing. Keep going. So, yeah, I never like his art. Not even in comedy. I don't like his comedy, but I really dislike his serious materials. This is also whatever the name of the movie is. It's okay. Nothing is not shocking. I seen that before, right? They just change the color of the skin.
Yeah.
Now the one from yesterday is an Australian movie, but it's A24.
Ah, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm expecting pretty good. As soon as I see the A24, they're growing too big. Maybe that will be a mistake, but I want to work with them. So yeah, my point.
I don't think it's a mistake because A24 is doing the thing, um, is doing the thing that, and to be fair, they've been doing it for longer than I've been, so it's I didn't call it because they've been doing this for longer. I was just made aware of them after they're making fantastic movies on comparably in Hollywood very low budgets.
Yeah, no, I agree. I appreciate that comment. I understand what you're saying, but I think they're growing a little fast because now they're becoming just distributors, not producers,
Yeah,
and
fair enough,
and
maybe.
that's a business thing. And
Yeah,
as
yeah, yeah.
business good, but they're gonna lose a little quality control. Anyway, Australian movie, real horror, got a lot of things that they're shocking. I'm not gonna spoil anything to anyone because the movie gonna get released May 30th. I'm like I said, already watch it. Is shocking, it's good, and it makes the audience react. I turn my face more than 4 times to stop watching the screen, and that doesn't happen often. I watch how many hours of entertainment I do a week? 40, right? At
I don't
least
know.
30.
I don't carry a stopwatch around you.
No, but you know what I mean. At least 30 hours of entertainment, and it's really hard for me to get shocked. And it shocked me a little the movie, and got a couple of good twists that I wasn't expecting. But the problem is like it's Australian movie, so it got a little touch of European. I understand the position of the word. I'm talking about the pace. It's a lot of European pace the first hour of the movie. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, come on, is something else happen now, right? So it's taking forever. Do you have any comments?
Yeah, Justin's talking about how Get Out is about white liberals who are also racist. I would have voted Obama for a third term as an example of a line that's in that movie. And I've met a lot of people like the liberals in Get Out, so it resonated with me, but that could be part of the world I live in.
So Justin, you're not black.
Fight the power. You know, but
Right, the
I
power.
get what he's saying because that's true. That is a thing that's fairly common. It's like, oh, I definitely support, you know, I definitely support the black community as long as they don't date my daughter, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's messed up. We want to date your daughter.
I don't want to date your daughter. She's a bitch.
Hey, brother, please behave.
Never. It's not
Um,
like I'm running for pope or anything.
the Inquisition. Hey, Torquemada, what did you say? The act of the faith. The act of the faith. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't understand people when I was editing that video was so. There you go, Uncle Orange. Yeah, I think that just to close with the conclave, watch it, have your own resolution. My point is, we need to start accepting that everything that we watch in entertainment is a narration of what is going to happen right away, right? So it's kind of annoying for me.
Well, to be fair, the book that the movie's based on is it's not that much older, but it's older.
Doesn't matter.
I'm just saying.
And I'm gonna keep saying this before Donald Trump run to elections in his first term. We have in the fourth season of Arrested Development that the developer, real estate guy, wanted to go for a governmental position, saying build the border exactly the same, exactly the same. That was a market research to see if it's gonna work, right? So I'm saying, now let's change the topic now because we already passed 30 minutes talking about the conclave.
Ah, yes, but before we do that, here's a quick word from our friends, and I should say announcement from our friends at the Part of Your Broadway World podcast.
Hi, this is Bill Farmer, you know, the voice of Goofy and other characters. You got to watch the Heart of Your Broadway World podcast right here. It's going to be fun.
What's going on? What's the announcement? What is
That's
it?
right. Goofy's coming on the podcast, literally.
What?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, come on. Tell me more. Tell
She
me more.
she she got Bill Farmer. His podcast is premiering tomorrow.
Woo-hoo-hoo. That's
Mm,
amazing.
That's right. I can't do it. He can. He does it very well. He does it much
Yeah, of
better,
course.
obviously.
Well, congrats to congrats for Haley.
Yeah. Such an awesome dude.
That's cool.
Bill Farmer is so awesome. Like,
Do you saw the episode already?
oh yeah, I edited it. That was
Nice.
surreal.
Well, but that's pretty cool. That's part of what we do in a regular
Hey,
meeting.
Haley, fuck yeah.
Yeah, congrats, Haley.
And Justin
That's
can't
awesome.
begin to describe how fucking jealous he is.
Yeah, I really want to know what Goofy is, what animal it is. I'm
He's a
always
dog
wondering how you say that.
because it's canonical. Disney said it, therefore.
Hmm. So you just ruined my whole sketch of Stand By Me. He's a dog. How's it gonna be a dog? He drives and laughs. You don't
Yeah,
remember Stand By Me? The
yeah,
guy in the bonfire.
he's an anthropomorphic dog.
What about what Pluto?
So Pluto's like a slave.
Okay.
No, Pluto is a non-anthropomorphized dog. He's just a regular dog. It's kind of
Okay.
like, okay, check it out. It's kind of like how you have wolves and you have werewolves. So Goofy is a were dog.
Yeah, I'm not retarded, and I understand your vocabulary. I'm just trying to figure out why
It's a
we have
cartoon.
we have a dog, we have a mouse, we have a
Uh-huh.
dog, and then we have a special dog.
Yeah.
So he run out of inspiration.
Technically Pluto's the special dog. There's
No, no, I
everybody
mean, okay,
else
okay, okay. But that's what I'm saying. Why he run out of inspiration? Disney, Walt.
probably. I mean, yeah.
You think that it was a mistake, and then he
No.
got that in a point in his mind, probably Pluto and 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 Goofy were the same character, and then he just separated them
No,
because Mickey
because
needed a because of the mouth and the ears. Remember that he was a cartoon guy at the beginning, and maybe somebody say, "Well, he need a mascot." He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna do a dog that looks like Pluto, like looks like Goofy." Sorry, I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't know.
know. I don't put that much thought into it.
Come on, dude.
I don't because what I see on screen, I take it at face value.
Anyway, let's talk about our next topic today. Tell me how you feel with AI and how you feel with everybody criticizing AI to the core, and suddenly everybody's using AI for everything.
AI, much like every other piece of technology, I have the same opinion of it, is it's a tool that can be used for good or evil, or in this case, more so good, or it can augment and elevate your work, or you can be a lazy fuck and cheat with. The thing is, though, it's still relatively new, but they already have, like, for example, they already have a tool that teachers can use to identify AI. So, like, I'd say even within the next year or so, the cream's going to rise to the top. The people that are using it responsibly to enhance and elevate their creativity, they're going to be fine. And then the people that are being lazy are going to get found out. And like, you still need to have skills to do this stuff, right?
Yes.
You going
Yeah, I'm
sleepy
thinking.
pie? You going
No, no,
sleepy
I was
pie?
thinking. No,
Want
no,
to
I
take a
was
little
thinking. I was
nappy nap?
thinking. No, no, no. No, I was thinking. The thing, you know that I use AI for a lot of things, like many
Sure.
things, and for years now. My point is like why people are so, oh, he's gonna take our jobs. He's not gonna. It's like just do your job, and you're gonna be better, like you say.
Well, I would say that I think there's two types of people, is people that know deep down that they actually don't have any real skills. And then there's the people that don't understand what it actually is. Because first, it's not actually artificial intelligence. It's large language models that do a lot of automation, and it can learn in the sense that it recognizes patterns and can tailor what it does based on what you normally do. But
Yeah,
it's not like it's conscious or anything. So it's not AI is a bit of a misnomer, but I guess it's an appropriate one. But
inappropriate one. Yeah, AI is a bad name because people are assuming, like say, it's language models.
yeah.
I would love to have one AI being like Google that has it all,
Well, and the
because the
thing of it is,
credit
though,
system is killing me. The credit system is killing me.
yeah, yeah. Well, the thing of it is, though, and people also need to understand this is the proliferation of AI is largely due with the fact that the initial company was open source.
Yeah,
Had that not happened, it would have been a much slower rollout because companies would have been trying to fine tune it and not necessarily perfect it, but they would have been releasing it incrementally. Whereas with OpenAI, they're just like, here it is, fucking play with it. And
yeah,
it learned everything so fast because it was free for a long, and it's still to a point free because like you can use Chat GPT without a plan. You're just limited on what it can do.
really.
Yeah,
I don't know. I got the paid one a chat box, and I pay for everything. Because when I'm doing experiments or learning, the credits are not enough.
yeah,
I pay premium for many in animation, and I run out of the premium. So I
yeah.
need to buy usually 3,000 credits per month besides my premium membership.
I'm glad you said that. And here's why I'm not worried about AI, okay? Because here's the thing, like there's a lot of concern about it taking over in the film industry. Okay. Let's say that some jackass is going to he thinks he's going to make it big in Hollywood, but he can't write a script to save his ass. AI is not going to be able to write a script without an eye for knowing what's wrong and what to fix. It's not perfect.
Yeah, it's not perfect, and write a script with AI it will be extremely complicated
Right.
because you need to write scene by scene. And with all due
Exactly.
respect, if you can write scene by scene, just write the fucking thing.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. Now, what it can do for you is it could, and this is what I use it for a lot of the times, because if I'm writing something, I'm really bad about starting, but give me even a very loose outline and I'll fill in the gaps
Yeah,
masterfully. So it can
there's a
augment your
AI.
work.
There's an AI called Scramble, I think,
Hmm.
Scrabble, that does something that any teacher will tell you to do. Let's say they have the Godfather, right? And you're changing with your story following the path of the Godfather. Any movie that you've seen is like that. It's created with a template.
Welcome, Alice. Subscribe.
Hi, Alice. I don't know who's Alice is, but okay.
I don't know either. It's probably an AI chatbot.
No, I don't think so. They
I'm
got
just kidding.
followers.
I'm just kidding.
There's some followers. My
It's just
followers.
a joke. It's just a joke.
It's just a little joke. I'm really musical
It's
today.
just a joke. Like, why did the priest go to
Remember
the
that song,
orphanage?
Just a Kiss?
Yeah.
It's just that was a one-hit wonder, right?
What's that? Oh,
But
Haley's got a comment, but the heart's in the way. But couldn't it learn and become smarter in knowing how to fix scripts and all that stuff? Maybe, but right now the way AI works is its ceiling is what we've already created
yeah,
because it pulls from information on the internet. So if something doesn't exist yet, it can't pull from it.
and this for you, Haley. Let's assume that it's gonna be in soon an AI that can write the whole script. Still, to develop the story, you need to tell them the characters, the climax,
Yeah.
conflict, and everything. So if not, it's gonna be boring. Yes, I think that a lot of people are concerned, but more on the simpleton thing of, well, it's gonna take our work. They need to understand that it's better. The first full autonomous AI hospital was open in Asia.
Yeah.
Do you know about that? With all
Hmm.
due respect, I don't have to go and deal with doctors or stubborn nurses. Nobody's gonna make a mistake in a surgery. No one.
It will make a lot of things a lot more efficient, and that's ultimately a good thing. So yes, that might result in some jobs getting eliminated, but others are going to be created, like in a new industry. Just
Yeah,
like,
yeah, totally.
yeah,
No, I
well,
mean a
okay,
doctor
case.
still need to review physically the patient to
Mhm.
recommend what to do.
Well, here's a
So
really good example. So, like when photography first came around, not only did they think it was going to be the death of privacy, but they thought it was going to be the death of art. Well, what happened was in things like medical textbooks or scientific literature, for example, now they don't need to commission an artist to draw the
well, are
fucking.
you saying that pictures when they came, it wasn't a device to take your soul away if you smile?
That might have been the original intention. But no, so now when they have books and they don't need to commission an artist. You take a photograph and it's instant. It sped up the process. But if anything, the value of fine art went up even more
Yeah.
because a great painting is still a great painting.
Yeah, of course, more if it's Jackson Pollock.
Well,
I don't know. You
debatable.
don't like Jackson Pollock, right? He's my favorite artist.
Bro, why? It's paint drippings. It's not art. It's not.
It's the layers of the
The
emotion
layers
of the
might.
artist.
He let paint dry.
Okay, I'm just gonna tell you something. How many paints do you have?
What do you mean?
How many paints have you done in your life?
One.
You know how many he has? So shut the fuck up.
I lied, but if I just wanted to let paint drip onto a canvas, I could make
Yeah, but
thousands.
was the first one to do it once. Second, the emotion, bro, in every layer of the dropping is
There's
has
no
something.
emotion. There's no
Yes, it is.
emotion. No, there's
Of
not.
course it is. Of course it is.
I don't respect modern art at all. It's not art. It's
Oh,
fucking. It's
okay.
just
I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot, but if you could buy a Pollock or a Rembrandt, what will you buy?
Rembrandt, 100% a Rembrandt.
Where are you gonna put it?
Wherever the fuck I want, somewhere
Tell me where you're gonna
prominent.
put it.
I don't know. It depends on the house, but probably out in open, like in a living area. Depends on the painting too. But yeah, a Rembrandt. Absolutely a Rembrandt over a Pollock a million times over.
Okay, calm down, calm down. Uh okay, we took the Pollock away. Uh Monet, Rembrandt.
Rembrandt.
Da
I res
Vinci.
I respect Impressionism. I prefer I don't prefer it, but I respect it. It's just not my aesthetic that I like a lot.
Rembrandt, Van Gogh.
Oh, Rembrandt. Van Gogh fucking sucks.
Yeah. So really, what is wrong with
I
you?
know that's controversial. I don't like Van Gogh's style. It looks like a finger paint to me. I don't respect it. I don't like it.
Mm. Really? I'm totally
Really.
damn.
Starry Night. Okay, this one's gonna get me canceled. Starry Night is not a good painting. It's not. Okay, there's no depth to it whatsoever. It's flat. It's not particularly inspired, and I'm not a Van Gogh fan.
Um, I think that the only problem with Van Gogh, right, is that he never listened correctly to his ideas. No, I mean, I don't know. I like Van Gogh. I'm not a person that will fall for it. Picasso. Do you like Picasso?
No, I respect him more than Van Gogh, but I'm not a fan.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you something, and this could change our whole dynamics. Do you like Salvador Dali, right?
Eh,
What's wrong with you?
I
Do you
don't
think
like
the
modern
conclave is
art
boring? Do you think that this is us is a uh, us is a awful movie better than Nope? Do you don't like Van Gogh? You don't like Dali? What is and you complain about Pollock? Who
because I
are
don't like
you?
modern art.
Oh, I know you are not you. It's an AI pretending to be you.
What are you talking about?
Nothing, nothing. Really? Okay,
Yeah,
there's a
no.
impressionist that I highly recommend that you can see. Probably you don't know him. He's well known into the realism, right?
Mm-hmm.
His name is Cauduro.
Mm.
Bro, let me tell you this experience. Once I was in the National Bellas Artes in Mexico City, and I went into the room, and I was probably 8, 10, 11 years old, right? And I went into the room, Jake, and I got scared because I thought a man was coming out of the. I thought somebody was coming out of the wall of the. So
You say is it Rafael Calduro?
yeah, yeah,
Okay, see, I'm looking at this and
brutally good, right?
it's a touch modern for what I really like, but I think
Well,
it
he's
like
modern.
yeah, I
He's
know
modern.
that's what I'm saying. But I'm
So
not
what I
saying
say,
it's bad. I'm just saying this isn't the most modern artist that I like is Gustav Klimt, and that's borderline for
Clem is
me.
not good for me.
See,
Well,
different
let me
strokes for
finish my
different folks.
story. So I went into the living room, right? And it was a mural, if you will, of a man coming out of the door.
Mm,
And he's opening the door. And it was so impressive that I went like, and I went to look for my mom. I said, that guy's looking at me. But actually, it was the paint of how realism it is. So I like him, but I will not put anything in my house. Now, Pollock,
you'll appreciate this. So, um, you know the painting, the Edvard Munch painting of the
yeah,
Scream.
on the screen, of course.
I have it where okay, so if my bathroom door is open, it covers the painting, and so
Yeah,
if you go to close it, then you get scared.
they're funny.
You
They're
see it.
funny.
I love it. I love that
They're
painting
funny.
so much.
Really? Because the way that you put it, I don't like the screen.
Why not?
Doesn't give me anything.
To be fair, I probably like it because I know the story behind it.
Please share it with the audience.
So the point of the Scream is that the person who, and funnily enough, Ghostface from the Scream franchise is based on this painting, and probably Home Alone to a certain extent. The person in the painting is screaming because he has come to understand the existential dread of his existence and can't take
Hmm.
it anymore.
Hmm.
So I don't like it for its style. I like it for the story behind it. And there's a
Yeah.
handful of paintings that are like that, but when it comes to the old masters and older art, I tend to like it because of the style. And for example, if you look at, I believe it's called The Resurrection, it's a Rembrandt painting. Look what he does with light. And this is way
Yeah, no,
before
well, Rembrandt was a master with lights, man.
he was the master.
Yeah.
Like,
He was the
yeah,
bather. He was the bather of lights. Yeah, but it's still like Pollock is my favorite painter of
I
everything.
just don't get it, dude. And I've never, I
Have you
was,
seen
okay,
one live?
I wouldn't know it by name, but let me,
No, no, but have you been in front of one
yes,
real one?
I've been in front of a Pollock.
And you didn't express you the layers?
No.
Hmm, weird. Oh,
Yeah,
that's my
see, to me,
favorite.
this just, yeah, honestly, this looks like trash. Like it looks like
Show
mold.
us
I don't think you can see. Here, I'll turn
to write down.
it's still too bright.
Yeah,
Hang
no.
on.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a really famous. You really don't like it.
I mean, well, what I was gonna say is, okay, I'm in the middle of Paris. I've been in the Louvre. It's, oh my God, the Louvre is incredible. I was 3 to 5 feet away from the Mona Lisa, which honestly a lot less impressive than you think it's gonna be. It's quite
And it's
small.
smaller than everybody
Yeah,
says. Yeah.
it's way smaller than you think it's gonna be. But they had some Rembrandts there, and bro, seeing a Rembrandt in person is you can't even describe
It's
it
impressive.
compared to, yeah, it's a whole, and then
It's a different wave. I'm
it
not
is.
saying that I don't like Rembrandt. Rembrandt for me is a little painful as an artist. For me, what my
Yeah,
perception
probably
is,
that's
it
fair. That's fair.
hurts. And when I go to Pollock, I see sadness. I feel sadness in every layer. Every color tell me a different story of a life cramping until the bad experiences. But that's just me.
See that feel and like this sounds bad, but you'll our friendship is strong enough. That feels like some bullshit that you read in an art
Oh,
magazine.
fuck you!
I
Fuck you!
don't
I
see
don't.
it.
Fuck you! I don't read art magazines. I got my own criteria. No, I like it, and you know what I like? You fuck you.
No, that's what
Let me announce
bothers
this, people.
me.
This is the last Toon Talk 2.0.
No, that's the thing that I really dislike about the vast majority of modern art is because it always requires an explanation.
No, not necessarily. But the same
Most
way I
of it.
just told you that Rembrandt for me is sadness. It's like no sadness. It's just too dark.
Well, yeah, but that's the point. But Rembrandt works with darkness to highlight light.
I get it. I get
That's
it.
what he does. So
Yeah.
as Batman would say, without the darkness, you would never have the light.
You know what? Fuck you for what you say of me saying that like a magazine. Fuck off.
Okay, to be fair, it's
Now you're
probably
gonna
because I
tell
don't
me.
get it.
Probably next thing you're gonna tell me that the Campbell's can of crazy motherfucker is a good piece of art. What's his name?
Oh geez, Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol. Yeah.
I mean, it's good in the sense that it looks like the can, but I don't think it's any raving hell.
Now, but let me go back to Dali. What you don't like about Dali?
The what?
Dali, Salvador Dali,
It's just, I don't.
was a
It's.
genius.
I'm not saying that he's bad.
The melting watches are emblematic of a way of.
I'm not. I'm. Here's the thing, though. When it
No, of
comes
course,
to
we're talking
when it,
that everyone is good in that level. We're talking
yeah, I
about
was gonna say that's the thing
specific
about
case.
Salvador Dali is I'm not saying that he's bad. It's just not
You
the
can call
type.
him Chava. That's his nickname, Chava.
It's not the art that I go for. However, that you did bring up that piece. That's a good piece of art. It's just
Yeah.
it's not what I normally go for. But that it's objectively a very good piece of art.
Yeah. What about ah what is this muralist? Latin American muralist. Not painter, muralist. Jesus, I forgot. I'm totally blank now. Anyway, I'm not gonna remember. I'm too tired. By the way, for the people that are asking, I'm not falling asleep. I'm extremely tired because I've been working out a lot. I'm not.
Well, no, okay, to finish my story though. So we went to the Louvre, and by the way, if you ever find yourself you have to go to the Louvre. But the Louvre is mostly classical art. I think sometimes they do more modern rotations, but the vast majority of it, and actually when I was there, they had just opened their Egyptian art section. Oh my God. But if you want modern art, you go to the Musée d'Orsay, and I didn't want to fucking go because I know what paintings are in there. I have zero desire to see them, so I didn't fucking go.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna stop there. So you're saying that you went with your boyfriend to France to use Louvre? That's what you're saying?
No, we went to the Louvre.
Oh, the Louvre. The Louvre. Use the ooh at the end. Louvre. It's not Louvre.
Louvre.
I'm just saying. Yeah. So I'm probably our followers and fans like, what the fuck? When will we become an artistic painters podcast?
Yeah, that's probably a surprise to everyone who's ever watched this podcast. It's like, wait a minute, these motherfuckers know who Rembrandt
Oh yeah, yeah. We know that Rembrandt was a character for a movie, right?
is. It's also software somewhere. I know that I think
Yeah.
it's lighting software actually.
And Da Vinci is the Da Vinci Resolve to edit
There you go.
color
I
correction.
actually
Yeah.
really don't like that program.
You don't like the Da Vinci Resolve? Are you?
It's
What is
okay.
wrong with you
That's
today?
another. Okay, I should clarify. That's another program. I don't like the workflow. It's really different from everything else I've
Yeah,
ever
but
used.
let me ask you something. Have you ever tried it in an island with the keyboard from the Da Vinci Resolve and the machine of the Da Vinci Resolve? Because it
No,
changed the whole dynamics. Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, and that's the vibe. That's the vibe I get because another one. What was that other one? It's not Final Cut because I liked Final Cut before they changed everything,
I
and
don't
now
like
it's
Final Cut.
not anymore. I don't like it anymore. God damn
I
it,
I
was it?
I I I don't remember the version that I love, and I got used to that. And then they bring a new one that they move
Yeah,
the commands. I go like, that's it.
yeah.
I'm back.
That was it. That was it. No, it was a I can't remember the name of it.
Yes, people, we know more things about not just comics and stupidity.
No,
We actually know
help
art
me
and
figure this out.
technology.
It was like an industry standard nonlinear video editor software for a long time. I don't think it is anymore, but
Acid.
no, but damn it, because they made me when I was in school, they made me switch to it after I'd spent 2 years in Final Cut Pro. They made me switch to this bullshit, and it was completely different. And then I got used to it, and then they made us switch to Premiere, and I was like, God, okay, I'm fucking done.
Premiere. I never liked Premiere.
I don't love it, but it's okay. Like,
We work in the company with Final Cut, right?
fuck no, we use CapCut, baby.
Ah, you're annoying. No.
I'm just gonna say this right now. CapCut is probably my favorite video editor ever, but admittedly, if you're doing nonlinear editing, it
Yeah,
fucking blows.
yeah,
It's horrible for nonlinear editing.
yeah. I mean, I do Power Director, right? But I'm talking about like real full programs for editing, not the fast editing for YouTube that we do sometimes. But yeah, no, I'm with you.
Yeah, yeah, no, if I were doing something more nonlinear professional, I honestly don't know what I'd use now because it's been so long. What the fuck is that program's name? It's gonna bother me all day.
Well, just before I say that, I highly recommend the people to go and watch the movie Pollock. Really good movie. He's gonna show us the production is really well. It's an old movie, probably from 1990 something, early 90s, but it's really good. What is the name of this actor? Edwards, bald guy. You remember Armageddon?
Oh, Bruce Willis.
No, 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 no. Armageddon, the guy that he can go. Oh no, no, no. I'm confused. I'm confused. Okay, Top Gun, the new one,
Hmm.
the first angry sergeant or general, the one that comes to the base when he's going to
Oh,
Max 10.
I don't know his name.
but I think it's Edwards. It's Ed something. Really famous actor.
Is it Ed Harris?
Ed Harris, thank you. Ed Harris plays Jackson Pollock. Amazing movie, right?
Oh, okay. I bet he did a really good Ed Harris.
Yeah.
Not so much in the past, but Ed Harris. I think Ed Harris today is probably an underrated actor. Back in the day, he wasn't. But
Yeah, no, he wasn't. I think he matured and he wanted to calm down and he lost all his hair. So that damaged your thing in Hollywood. Yeah, I highly recommend that you guys go and check all the painters movies. There's a Hulu show about Picasso that talks more about his private personal life.
Avid.
Avid. Oh, Avid. Yeah, I hated Avid.
I hated it. I got used to it though. I never liked it, but I got used to it. And then they switched it to Premiere, and that just pissed me off. I liked old school Final Cut Pro. I can't remember the version like you said, but I think it would have been around 2014.
I know. I really got confused with that. I remember that I bought the keyboard and I
Uh-huh.
was editing fast, and then they changed everything. They're like, uh, yeah, I think it was 24. I don't. Yeah, there's something like that. Anyway, believe it or not, we make it an hour. Even I'm dying. I'm falling asleep, people. Because let me thank for everyone that has been so supportive of me this new exercise thing. I don't know if you see my face slimmer. I'm not ego on the side. I lost so much weight, but I'm gaining muscle mass, and it was kind of shocking because I went to 227, but now in 235 because muscle mass. And I've been working really hard, 4 hours a day. 4 hours a day, people in the gym. You know how hard that is?
That's pretty fucking hard, yeah. 4
three
hours
hours
is
and
no joke.
45 minutes watching TV and then running 15 minutes? What is wrong?
The
No,
anticipation just kills him.
no, that was an internal joke because anticipation is something that we're working in one of our projects. We're not going to say anything. The I arrived there and I'm learning how to do calisthenics to
Mm.
work with my own weight. After that, uh, we're doing weights. That's already 2 hours there, right? Like an hour and a half. Then I go and take 100 throws to the basketball. The basketball 100. That's 5 from each point. But I'm running, grabbing, and shooting. Running, grabbing, and shooting. I'm exhausted. I just want to put the shot in so I don't gotta go and pick up the ball. Right? After 100 shots, that sounds easy. Then I go and take a little break. Just for the people that gives a damn. If you guys want the routine, I will send it to you. Just put it in the comments. I take a break of 30 minutes, drinking half a gallon of water, a power bar, and a banana before I go to the Olympic size pool and do 6 laps. Then I go to the other pool, to recovery pool, to work my lower body, like running against water, exercise.
Is
The
that one of the
defensive
pools that
stuff.
has the treadmill in it?
Yeah, it's a similar,
Yeah.
and it got supports and bars and everything. And after that, I go to the jacuzzi 5 minutes to relax, just 5 minutes. If not, you get like this, exhausted. Then 5 minutes to the steam, and then 5 minutes to the sauna, and then I shower. For the time that I finish, I'm
Well,
done.
you might as well throw a cold plunge in there.
No, I do cold punches between everything that I told you. I do cold punches. Exactly.
Ah,
Yeah, it was, and if they're annoying, I hate them. I hate them.
well, they're supposed to be.
Yeah, I don't
If it's
know.
not
I
annoying,
hate
it's
them.
not cold enough.
Yeah, no, no. It's that that
Oh, I
just turned
know, I
cold.
know. Yeah, it's not supposed to be comfortable.
Yeah, no, but I don't know what is good for the body. Something so uncomfortable.
Ah, they say it is, and
Yeah, it feels bad.
well, I know, but so does running, and
Well,
so
now I'm gonna
does.
tell you something. After I do all that, I don't. I'm not like, oh, it's so hot or it's so cold. My body has a good temperature, right? I'm not like feeling cold or hot. That's pretty cool. Anyway, if somebody wants the routine, just write the comments and I will make sure that that you can contact a neutrologist and get yourself your own.
Yeah, by the way, I see all of you watching this video. Not all of you have liked it yet, so shame.
Oh yeah, maybe they don't like us talking about art, or that I'm falling asleep. I think. Do you want them to like? One,
Screw you.
two,
I do what I
one,
want.
2, 3. The Inquisition, what a show! The Inquisition, what a show! Sorry. For all the guys that are missing the Oracle, he couldn't make it today, but he will try to be here next time. If you need the Oracle to teach you how to play Magic, well, he's the one. Expensive but good results. I think that's for me today, my dear friend. Everything is moving forward. I see you when I see you, and if not, I see you later. I don't know. Not if I see you first. All right, people.
Time to end this. You're being a real catch you next Tuesday.
Yeah, catch you next Tuesday. That's funny. All right, people. Thank you very much. Remember to like and subscribe. Sorry, I tried not to be that tired, but even so, I really appreciate a good artistic talk with our co-host.
I'm
Mr.
ready.
Jacob
I'm
Berger.
ready for my cancellation.
Okay, seriously, bro. Seriously,
Don't
you
care.
didn't like Pollock? Go fuck
No.
yourself.
Oh, dude, Pollock's not what I'm going to get canceled over. It's going to be Van Gogh.
Yeah,
My conspiracy theory is that everybody loves Van Gogh because they're told they're supposed to.
yeah, but that depends. If he listened to the podcast in his right ear, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. All right, thank you, everyone. Catch you next week, and see you when we see.